They encourage folks not to do anything. And there's, how do most people who are eligible to vote? No. Should they? Yeah. But do they? No. Why? Because they don't think it matters. You can't fight City Hall, so you might as well not even try. That's what he says. Our leaders know best, so we should silence our objections and follow the wise ones. You cannot legislate morality, so don't even bring up the behaviors you object to. Work within the private sector. Be one of George W.H. Bush's 1,000 points of light. The more things change, the more they remain the same. So even if you got government to enact a law, it wouldn't accomplish anything. Very skeptical, cynical. Doesn't make any difference whom we elect, so don't bother trying to understand the difference. Did we get to that? Yeah. They're all the same. Vote for the guy you like or think is smarter or more handsome or whatever. But vote. It's your duty. Your only duty. I've been paying taxes, blah, blah, blah. You don't have to do your research. Just vote. Go vote. Okay, whatever. If you haven't done your research, I say stay home. And then he also goes into that's political metaphors. So he talks about myths and ideology and all this stuff. I mean, these are other sort of ideas. Novus Ordo Seclorum. You know what that means? Look it up. We got manifest destiny, like this idea that it was our destiny to kill all the Indians, which moved to the whole frontier mythos, the new frontier, the moon. Myth of individualism, this idea that we are all individuals, that, we go back to the self-made person and blah, blah, blah. We got Davy Crockett, Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. Daniel Boone was a man, yes, a big man. And we fought for America to make Americans free. Ooh. Yeah, Robin Crusoe. He was stupid. Have you ever read that book? It's long. Samuel Gompers. I don't know who that is. Like Gomer Pyle. Golly. The Myth of Progress. All this stuff. The hero myth, I think, is big. The hero myth comes from Joseph Campbell. He chronicled it. And it's, we all think about heroes. Heroes generally are people who, they're usually males. They are taken from their home. They learn some sort of cool skill. They slay the dragon, beat the bad guy, come back to the hut, come back to the village, and everything's awesome. And I'll say more about that later. Youth, we always want to be youthful. Tried to find the fountain of youth. I think it's a Cottingham. And then love and openness that I'll let you read. I think one of the things that's really important, though. By the way, do I have the Campbell book, Hero with 1,000 Faces, is a really good book. You should get it and read it. It's fun. Can you see me? Yeah. Nah, I can't find it. But it's good. It's good. Did you know that George Lucas read Joseph Campbell's book about hero and myth when he wrote the original Star Wars? Luke Skywalker. The whole myth thing. Hanging out with his uncle. Called away with Obi-Wan Kenobi. Learns the Force. Destroys the Death Star. He's a hero. But we do have this, I think we do have this American myth of particularly the war hero. And so the last thing that I was going to show you here is another commercial. Oh, by the way, for the passivity stuff, Han hates it. So we're going to look at another commercial. And by the way, I don't know if this is going to work. I put an extra reading here for you, an article I found in Newsweek, just to sort of contextualize some stuff and look at it. If you don't remember, if you do remember, back in the day, I think it was earlier in the campaign, um, uh, Donald Trump said some stuff about, it was during the primaries, how sort of implying that John McCain wasn't a war hero because he was captured. Um, and so there is that story in Newsweek that I'll let you read about that controversy. But the Clinton camp obviously has taken that idea and ran with it, and they have a brand new, fairly brand new, I think it's out this week or last week, commercial that sort of, talks about that controversy in a way. But so if for an analytical perspective, if you're doing the metaphor stuff, what are you looking for? Both verbal and visual, metaphors, and how those metaphors sort of give away a certain way of looking at the world, a certain new perspective on whatever. With myth, you're looking at, is there sort of any sort of embedded cultural story there, myth, and then also the same sort of deal. How does it offer us a certain way of looking at the world, a certain way of looking at people, a certain way of looking at whatever? So, I think that's it. Do I have anything else now? So this is the brand new commercial here. It's called The War Hero. It's about a minute or so long. It's pretty powerful. Usually they're about 30 seconds, but oh, we're gonna get a stupid.
On September 30th.
You will become something great.
Come on.
You will see.
Critics agree. Queen of Conway urges us to dream big. Academy Award winner Lupita Nyong'o is fierce.
Never give up.
Queen of Conway, rated PG, in some theaters Friday.
That's pretty good.
John McCain, a war hero, 5.5 years as a POW.
Oh, come on. My Wi-Fi is not working very good, I don't think.
John McCain, a war hero, 5.5 years as a POW, and you call him a dummy. Is that appropriate in running for president? He's not a war hero. He's a war hero. He's a war hero because he was captured. I like people that weren't captured, okay? I hate to tell you. Do you agree with that? He's a war hero because he was captured.
I was in World War II in the European theater. Ultimately, I was captured after knocking out a bunker with a grenade. It was mainly hunger and cold and worrying whether the Germans were going to hurt us again. Apart from the outrage of the insult to prisoners of war, the insult of all of our military. My war is certainly huge. Ago and yesterday is everything I would not want to be or emulate, and I would hope we would not adulate a man like him and put him into the most precious office in this country.
All right. But what do we got here? You can go back and watch it again and again if you want to. But I would argue there's some mythic stuff going on here. And it's not necessarily some of the stuff or all the stuff that Han was talking about. But I do think culturally we have learned to revere the military hero in real life, but also in fiction. And I'm sure you've seen all those old war movies. I mean, there's always tons of war movies, and we got new war movies coming out where the military hero is revered, and blah blah blah. So we've got this sort of implicit sustaining of that sort of American mythos of revering the American hero, the military hero who sacrificed for the larger good via, in this case, being captured. But the juxtaposition, therefore, is this this World War II veteran is a hero. John McCain is a hero. People who serve in the military to protect us are heroes. Donald Trump, not so much. I think that's the idea here. But so embedded in this is sort of the value become this reverence for military, and so there's always that back and forth that we see between politicians oftentimes to say, who loves the military more, who loves the veterans more, and I think this is part of that process. But I like the idea, it's really interesting academically to sort of see how the whole idea, the mythos of the war hero is sort of working out in this particular controversy of Trump saying McCain wasn't a hero because he got captured, and then the Clinton camp using that idea and making this brand new political commercial, also known as a political spot, to ramp up that controversy again. But it's pretty interesting. Okay, so that's all I have for you right now. Hopefully you understand metaphor or myth a little bit better, and I'll probably be back at some point over the weekend with more stuff for you. I hope you have a delightful night. If you are a Clemson fan, I hope good luck to you. If you're a Georgia Tech fan, good luck to you. I'm going to watch the game, but at the end of the day, I don't really care all that much. You know who I root for? America.